Hello everyone, it's Red with the RedDragonLeo.com. I thought I'd just do a update here. It is in the middle of the daytime, a little unusual for me to do them in the middle of the daytime, but had some things to do yesterday evening, didn't get home till late, and I was exhausted from the heat. The AC is broken in my car, and I have not got it fixed. I should, but I just don't drive it that much to where it's an issue. But boy, it was hot yesterday. I was exhausted and just come home and drank 2 beers to relax and passed out and went to sleep. Sorry, such is life. Anyway, as you clearly see, we are moving up as I expected, and I do expect this to go further. I do expect at some point there to be a dip, and that could be today after Ben Bernanke speaks, but I really think they're going to take it on up to about 1310 first. This here, as you can clearly see, is moving up on the full stochastics and on the slow stochastics. I don't know how high they're going to get with this, but I would speculate on the slow stochastics they'll probably be up in the 60s area here before it finally rolls over. Could go a little higher. This full stochastics could go up here a little higher to maybe up to the 80 area. But you can see here that we are clearly still oversold here on the MACDs, down at -15. This needs to work its way up, and in the process of working its way up, I think it could get easily to the 0 level before it rolls back down, maybe even up to +5 to make a triple negative divergence here. If you draw a line all the way across here, that would set up for a nice wave 3 down. Now if it makes it only up to say -5 or 0, then we're only talking about maybe the 1310 area, somewhere in that area, and then it could roll back down into a wave 3. That's possible, but I really just don't think that's going to happen. I think that it needs to get up higher before it falls back down into a massive wave 3. If you want a wave 3 to happen, you can't have this thing buried. You know, it's kind of like it's already at the bottom. It's like a person standing up and falling down trying to kill themselves. Sorry, they just can't do that. They have to climb a ladder, or go up an elevator, till they get up here high up on a 20-story building, and then they can just jump off and fall all the way down and splat, they kill themselves. Okay, that's your wave 3 down, meaning that I don't think that it will go very far when it's already oversold down here, so it has to go back up. So that's what we're looking for. If it's 1310 area when it rolls over, then it's going to be somewhere probably between 0 and -5 when this rolls up. If it's 1350 area, as I'm expecting, it'll make a perfect triple negative divergence and be somewhere around this +5 area is what I'm expecting. So we are so far having a pause day. Of course, the day isn't over, but so it could close either slightly up or slightly down. Generally, Fed days are positive, as you know, and I think is Bernanke speaking at 12:30 today, so you should see some volatility. Could sail down a little bit or end up rallying back up. It's hard to say, depends on what he says. But as you can see, we do not have a bearish cross just yet, and you know, this 50-day moving average is kind of smoothing out. Looks like it's still coming down to the 100, and I think by the time that they cross and hit each other, that is a perfect necktie of resistance, double resistance for the hit on it. It's going to be a good short at and approximately 1310. That's why I said that, because I suspected by the time we got up that high, that's about where it would be. It's also in the middle of this channel line as well, so you hit it and you should fall back down from it. Now that'll be the question. You go ahead and you get short and you let it come down. Is it going to be just a wave B and then a move back up to about 1350? I say 1350 because I expect them to hit this area here, but to briefly go above it, take it out. I do not expect a new high. Okay, but I am expecting them to go up here and take out some of these some of these shorts, these people that have put it there. They want to get the bulls back on board, thinking we're going to go much higher, and I just don't think that happened. But regardless, you can easily short at 13.10 and just see what happens. Is it a B wave down that, you know, drops us back down to, who knows, maybe 1280 or something, or does it start to C wave? That, I guess, will all depend upon where we're at the time. As far as this goes, the RSI probably should go up here a little higher, get up in the 60 range as well. You'll want to see the ADX bottom and want to curl back up probably by the time it happens, and you'll want to see when it goes to curl back up, you'll probably want to see you know, obviously the red negative DI line take off as we start to sell down. But I think either way, a safe short is right here when we hit this resistance area right here, because that's a necktie of resistance plus the channel, center channel line as well. So we just have to see where it goes as far as here, how high it goes when it hits there. I mean, if it makes it all the way up here to +5 and it's at only 13.10, hey, you know, then that's as far as it's going to go. But if it just makes it up here just a little bit, say -5 or something, then you would expect it to just roll over and then maybe come back for a final push up. We really want to see how high these go at the point when you're hitting this resistance. Either way, it's a good short, at least for a B leg down. If this was an A move, then a B move, and then a C move on up to this 1350 area. If I'm wrong on this, and then it will start the C wave, or I'm sorry, the wave 3 down. That should take out this bottom and easily go on down here to you know, wherever. We'll have to see where it goes at the time. But obviously this 1180 area is, I think that's 1180. Let's draw it on across. Yeah, somewhere around there. 11, maybe it's 1170. But in that area for this bottom right here, you'd expect to move down there, and yes, you would expect it to take out the 200-day moving average. Either way, it's a good short at that point, I do believe. On to the short-term charts. This is one scenario, as we said here. Again, on up to about 13.10, then rolling down. But I just don't feel that that's the case on what's going to happen. I think we're going to put up some negative divergence here, meaning that this should sell down and maybe go negative. Depends, obviously, on the data that they release tomorrow. And, you know, for the initial claims, I guess it's still out tomorrow. Obviously today, Bernanke speaking, probably will be a positive close. I don't know how much. Again, I'm still thinking it's a pause day, I mean slightly up or slightly down. But as far as this goes, the 60-minute chart, you would expect after such a powerful move for it to either dip below here and then run back up and put in a smaller tower as we head on up to the next objective of 1350. So my thoughts are that they'll make it to about 1310 before this goes negative. When it goes negative, it should dip down, recycle back up, put in a smaller hump, put us in some nice negative divergence as the market goes up higher for a wave C, if that happens, and go from there. But it is certainly shortable, as I said, because you can see how high it's getting right here at +5. So, you know, if they put in the negative, or if they move up here a little bit into tomorrow, and maybe down a little bit, and then back up and put in a positive tower tomorrow to make a negative divergence tomorrow, and they hold this up today, which I really kind of expect them to hold it up today. I don't expect it to be to dip down here in negative territory today. So they could run it up a little bit tomorrow, then put in the negative divergence tomorrow, then allow for a sell-off the following day. So that's possible. So then you would expect this to roll down here. And when it goes to roll down, my speculation on this is, again, if this is not a wave 3 down, I just don't feel it is yet, because of the daily chart still, because it's being buried so much, okay? You just got to look again. This daily chart is going to support that 60-minute chart. It is pushing up from a very oversold condition, and it needs to push up here to up to 80. Here we need to get up in here to the 60s at least. before it really starts to roll over. So that would mean that this might dip down, run down here to about 0 a little bit, then recycle back up, and then finally roll back down sometime next week as we work our way on up here to about this area here. Again, you look at the tops here, you see 1345, 1346. That's why I said 1350 is a good spot to take this out. If this whole move down was a wave 1, you would expect a nice wave 2 up. That's why I'm expecting that. And in the wave 2, you expect an ABC move. Could be a 5-wave move, you know, wave 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, 5. Could be. More likely it's probably just an ABC and gets up to there. So it should take this out if it is a proper wave 2 up like I suspect. If this wave 1 is not done, you know, then obviously we could fall short of it and fall into a wave 3 if it's not done. This, you know, I'm not going to try to break these down and figure them out with Elliott wave because they're just, you know, too much of speculation. You don't really know. So I have to just go by what the charts tell me, and the charts tell me that the daily needs to push up for quite a few days before it should fall back down. We should really see something either like this with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days up like that to get this out of buried territory, and or maybe even one like this. Either way, we should see more than just a few days above 0. I just think it's too oversold. It's just my opinion on it, but again, you can draw a line right here to here. Let's see, draw it to here, come down here, and that puts you into 1320. So that's also some overhead resistance. So you've got this necktie resistance here at around 1310 and 1320. That's going to be some stiff resistance. That's why I said it's a great short. And then, you know, you just see what happens. If it falls back down and this thing is still pointing up, well, then you would suspect that it's just a B wave down. You know, looking back here at the prior ones, when you've had a move down like this, a big, huge move down like this, it's similar to this one here. It did turn and go back up and put in quite a few days. You know, that's probably a good 2 weeks there of positive days. Same thing here, and here as well. You know, obviously this is probably 3 weeks if I counted them all, or more. 3 weeks. A positive time. You could probably look back at every instance of these big moves like this where they have turned back up, and you'll see that for the most part they did not just go up here and just roll straight right back down. That's why I think that we'll have more than just up here to -5 and then roll over and tank again. You look at that on the weekly chart. And again, you can see here on the weekly chart, I mean, look at the weekly chart. It is curling back up. It is trying to make a move back up initially here. I expect it to fail, but I really expect it to look something like this. An up move here, and then a turn down for your wave 3 again. But you should expect at least a couple of weeks of it to move up to approach 0. I don't think it's going to go positive and go above 0. But you should expect it to go up a little higher. And you know, here's the 1318 area here, again providing a good short on the 20 moving average on the weekly. But you know, I would expect more than just 1 week, or if you consider that last week a positive close, which I think it was slightly, then 1 week, you know, 2 weeks total of positive closes. I don't think so. If this was a proper wave 1 down and wave 2 up, it should be, you know, 3 to 5 weeks. I don't think it's going to go 5 weeks, but in 3 is stretching it to get it up to 1350. Well, if you count this, okay, we're just saying this week and next week. Okay, so if this prior week closed positive, and I can't really tell there, but I think it did slightly. So there's your 1 week, 2 weeks, and next week is 3 weeks. If we can get it up to 1350 next week, I think that's the ideal shorting spot. If not, it might take 4 weeks. I don't know how long it's going to take. You can clearly see here on a weekly basis the RSI is going back up again, and if you were to draw a line from here to here to here, that would give you your resistance right there. If it made it on up to there, that would take maybe 2 weeks from today. That would be a total of 4 weeks up. So it could be choppy from here, but again, on a weekly basis, you can see we're getting down here in oversold territory. You should see a little bit of a move back up before it does it. It can either look like this and come back up, or if it stretches itself out for 3 or 4 weeks, obviously it would look like this right here. But considering that this was way down here at probably 10, and here we're sitting in the 30 area, 25 to 30 area, then you might suspect it to look more like this, and then the next move down to take out the 20 and to go deeper down to 10. Speculation again, but that'd be 1 more week, 2 more weeks tops before it kind of made a dip back down, and maybe something like this here. Something like this here is where it just starts to work its way up, and then finally rolls over and collapses. And again here, as you can see, it finally went and finally broke into negative territory below zero. We're not even in negative territory yet. We're still up here at about 25 area here on the red one, which is the negative power for your negative MACD line, and only 13 here on the positive one. So we're not below the 200, so you should expect a bounce. It will put in a nice right shoulder here, as you can see that right here as well too. So you should expect 3 to 4 weeks, I'm thinking. So anyway, that's my thoughts on this. And as far as the 60, I've explained that. I've covered everything here. 30, let's refresh and see where we are on the 30. Yeah, see, we're going down on the 30, and we're putting in a bull flag. The MACD is already going down, and it's up in sideways consolidation at the bull flag. That means all it's doing is pausing while it goes down to reset itself to go back up to put in a lower high on histogram bars. So you expect this to dip down a little bit, then recycle back up. Same thing here, dip down and recycle back up. So maybe when Bernanke talks, it drops back some, and then they run it back up. You know how volatile it is when Bernanke talks. So, so you can see it can just simply back test this line. It's already on it. It's already above it. Back test it and to keep on going. You could probably make a weak right shoulder out of this right here, and you don't even get one here. It could be a left shoulder ahead and a weak right shoulder, and maybe it's already broke out. I don't know. Or it could back here and do the right shoulder. Of course, if it goes on up to 1310 area, and like I suspect, then it drops back for your B wave. Then you would expect at that point it to back test this line, which would put you in that 1290 area to back test it and then proceed on up to my target of 1350. Okay, gang, that is it. That's what I expect for the next few days. I'll see everyone on the blog, I guess. Good luck, everyone.